Okay, so I had the tubing notcher out today and I was making a couple of cuts. One right there and one right there. So I'm just going to back up a little bit here and show you where they are on the machine. So I had the video camera out and I recorded those cuts getting made. I'm just going to show you how that happened. Okay, so right now I want to make a cut at 42 degrees. And you can see that's where I've got the notcher set right here. Okay, so it turned out real nice, but it creates these really sharp corners right in here. So that's really thin metal right there that I really can't weld on properly. So next I'm going to go grind these corners off and then I'll show you what the final fit looks like. Okay, so I got that done, and what I'm after is a nice consistent thickness of the tubing all the way around. If it's not, then when I go to weld it in those thin areas, then I can't make the weld as strong and the piece could fail if it's ever put under a lot of stress. So anyways, got a piece of scrap here I'm just going to put on here just to show you how it fits. So that's a really nice piece here for welding onto. That should work very well. So what I'm doing here with this machine is I'm just cutting the tubing and fitting it, bending it, notching it, and for the most part what you see here, it's just kind of tack welded in place just to see how it all lines up. But anyways, up next I want to make two pieces, one in here and one on the other side, and I've got one angle here and stuff. Anyways, I'll show you what's up with that. Okay, so I've already measured this and I've got 11 inches from the top of this tube to the bottom of that tube. And also I have to take into account that one of these has a 5-degree angle on it. So I'm going to get those tubes cut and then we're going to go to the notcher and get those prepped. Okay, so there's my marks, one at either end. And I'm giving myself about 1/2 inch to cut off with the notcher. And right now I've got to set this thing back to 0 degrees. And then I'll just tighten that thing up and it should be ready. Okay, so that's the end there that I just cut. So I'm getting ready for the other end. And you can see the mark there that I made earlier. So the hole saw is just going to come to the edge of that. And I already set the hole saw to 5 degrees. And another thing I did here is I checked the plate of this tubing notcher that it was level. And once that was established, then I took a piece of tubing, I put it in here, and I put a level on here just to confirm that this end was level also. If I don't do that, I end up with, you know, one of the end is like this and the other end is like that. So they both have to have the same angle. So I'm ready to make this cut now, and then we're going to see how it fits. Looks like I'm going to have to take these ends down a little bit like I did on that first piece of tubing, because it's kind of sharp there and I want to make a nice weld later. But I'll show you how it fits. Turned out pretty good. So yeah, that tubing notcher, man, that thing saves so much time. I'm a fan of the notcher.